Alright guys, in today's video we have some interesting PlayStation 5 news to go over and discuss once again. We are talking about another comparison that has been done with a multi-platform title for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series consoles, and it seems that the PlayStation 5 once again comes out on top. And I want to highlight this because it's with a game that a lot of PlayStation 5 owners are going to have access to, and I think they'll be happy to hear this. And that game is Control Ultimate Edition. We're also talking about the fact that apparently this title's download size is 42% smaller than that of the Xbox Series X, thanks to a specific compression technique that the PS5 offers, which is really good news. And finally, we're talking about some very interesting sales data that Sony just revealed about the PS5. In fact, it's the first official sales data we're getting from Sony, so I think you guys are going to want to pay attention to this because the PlayStation division is breaking records and just doing phenomenal across the board, which is good if you're a PlayStation fan. So if you could do me a favor, hit that like button to help this video out and show your support. I would greatly appreciate that. But talking about this comparison that was done for Control Ultimate Edition with the next gen or current gen consoles, whatever you prefer, seems that the PlayStation 5 offers solid performance across the board with very minimal frame dips occasionally that probably drop to like 59 or 58 and are practically not noticeable, to whereas on the Xbox Series X side of things, and with the S as well, there seems to be some type of stuttering issue. Now, one of the reasons I'm highlighting this is because this seems to be a pattern with many multi-platform titles that are being compared for both of these consoles, where on the Series X and with the PlayStation 5, resolution-wise, more often than not, they're kind of matched. They're pretty close. They're usually the same. I think one of the only major differences in resolution was recently with Hitman 3. But other than that, that's basically what we have kind of come to expect. And something else we come to expect is that with a lot of these multi-platform titles, the Series X just seems to have a hard time hitting that same type of consistency with performance that we're seeing with the PlayStation 5. And I've talked all about how this is just ironic because of the whole marketing terminology surrounding the Series X and how powerful it is and how a lot of Xbox fans really ran with that. And it just kind of got flipped on its head. And we're sitting here now in February of 2021, and we're still seeing this crop up, right? This is something that I thought by now, if it was something minor, it would have been fixed. And Digital Foundry, every time they seem to come across this, they kind of talk about it where it's like, oh, we don't really know what's causing this issue with the Xbox Series consoles. It could be an error of some sort, and they just kind of put it out there like they don't know what's causing it. And they try to emphasize the fact that it's not a hardware issue, but still, we don't have answers yet. We don't know what's causing it. Is it the tools? Are the tools not ready? We don't know. But either way, these are the results we're continuing to see. And so for those of you who are PS5 owners and you are subscribed to PS Plus, which it seems many people are, as you'll see soon in the data we're going to go over, you can look forward to this game being the best console version, right? The most consistent with performance. And so, yeah, I just want to tell you guys know about that. I really do wonder if this is going to be something that just continues with the Xbox Series X for multi-platform titles, because we're seeing this pop up more and more where just the performance on the Series X is just not as optimal as it is on the PS5 more often than not. And I have to wonder why that is. So anyway, we're going to move on and talk about this new technique that the PS5 is offering that apparently Control Ultimate Edition is taking advantage of. The PS5 version of Control Ultimate Edition features a significantly smaller file size than its Xbox Series X counterpart, thanks largely to the console's improved Kraken compression technique. Now, this is something that Mark Cerny did talk about during the road to PS5, and it's already producing tangible results, significant results that matter to me, and I'm sure matter to many of you. And it says, as reported on Reddit, the game clocks in at 25.79 gigabytes on the PS5, while on the Xbox Series X, the game weighs in at 42.4 gigabytes. So this is something that I need to let you guys know about because I think it's something we can all be very happy about. I think we can all agree that this is a tangible benefit. This is a tangible result of something that Sony engineered with the PlayStation 5, something that developers can clearly take advantage of, and they're already doing so early on. I love this because we're still not hearing much from Sony about the SSD expansion, which is annoying some people. But if we can see developers continue to kind of, take advantage of this Kraken compression technique, then maybe it won't be as much of an issue as we thought it was. So there you go. Control Ultimate Edition is just a big win for PlayStation 5 owners, honestly. But now we're going to move on and talk about some of this very interesting sales data. Sony has published its Q3 fiscal year 2020 financial results, revealing that it has sold 4.5 million PlayStation 5 consoles by the end of December 2020. SIE's highly anticipated first-party game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, sold through 4.1 million units during the same period. So very impressive numbers there. 4.1 million units for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Not bad for a game that was chalked up by many to just being a glorified DLC, right? So Spider-Man Miles Morales is doing great. 4.5 million PS5s between November 12th, 2020 and the end of December. That is really good. That's a great sign, and something tells me that if Sony did have more units to sell, that number would be way higher than it currently is. The report reveals that Sony is on track to meet its goal of selling 7.6 million PS5s during the fiscal year, and acknowledged that the company has not been able to fully meet customer demand for the console. Sony pledged to do its best to ship as many PS5s as possible. Sony attributes the extraordinarily high demand to stay-at-home customers who have also contributed to unprecedented levels of user engagement. In December 2020 alone, PlayStation saw a 30% increase in gameplay time compared to the same period last year. Sony also revealed that 87% of PS5 users were subscribed to PlayStation Plus by the end of December, which it called an extremely high level. So that's why I was also highlighting this info about Control Ultimate Edition, because it is on PS Plus. Apparently, almost 90% of PS5 owners are subscribed to PS Plus. So a lot of people are going to be downloading this game and playing it on this new console. And so, these are huge numbers for Sony. I believe that they've experienced like 50% growth. Let me see if I can bring up the article here. Yeah, it says PS5 is being sold at a loss, yet Sony's games division has an operating income increase of 50% year over year. And I believe the PlayStation division brought in a total of $8 billion in revenue, which is huge. To put that in perspective, the Xbox division brought in a total of $5 billion in revenue. So it will be interesting to see if that gap widens or closes as we go further into the generation. And in total, Sony has reached 47.4 million PS Plus subscribers. That is an increase of 8.6 million compared to the same time last year. And they have a total of 114 million active PSN users, which is really good. And so I just wanted to tell you guys about this because we've kind of been waiting for Sony to reveal this important information. And I call it important because how many years now have we heard, and do we continue to hear that, oh, console gaming, it's going away. Nobody really wants it anymore. Nobody cares about it. It's all going to be about cloud gaming and whatnot. And you already know what I'm talking about. And we're just seeing Sony come out here and absolutely destroy, right? And even Xbox is doing really good. They're selling all of their consoles, which is good because we want to see more consoles sold in general. But the most interesting aspect to all of this, to me, is how much the manufacturing problems that Sony's running into with not being able to produce enough consoles, how much that's affecting them internally. Because looking at 4.5 million consoles sold, that's really good. And I'm sure Sony and their shareholders are very happy about that. But knowing that this scarcity issue is going to remain an issue for most likely the first half of 2021, maybe even a little bit longer than that, I have to imagine Sony's not feeling too good about that because they wanted to try to push out as many consoles as possible, obviously. And the demand is there. They want to meet that demand. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have to see if Sony's able to, really try to push out more consoles and more units, because right now that just seems to be the biggest problem. Like everything we're hearing about the PlayStation division, it's just good news. there's only good things happening, but the only bad thing is just that they still can't produce enough consoles. But their games are selling well. I would be interested in hearing more about other sales data for their games, such as Demon Souls and whatnot. But there you have it, guys. In general, the PlayStation division is absolutely thriving. They're breaking records. They're just smashing numbers. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it continues to unfold going further into this year. But that does it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, leave your thoughts down in the comments below, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.